Hi everyone, my name is Justin D. Agustin. So now I'm going to report about proportion and scale in sketching. What are proportion and scale? Now the proportion is the inside job, the size relationship between parts of a single object. Example, how big a nose is compared to an eye. The goal is to make the parts of your subject look balanced and correct. Now the scale also called the outside job, the size relationship between different objects or to the real world. Example, how big a person is compared to a car or a building. The goal is to create realistic depth and context in your scene. Now, why it's matter? If proportion is wrong, the object looks off even if you can't say exact why. Example, a proportion with a head too small for the body, it breaks the sense of realism. Now if the scale is wrong, the scene looks like a toy model or a mistake. Example, a tree taller than the mountain behind it. It confused the viewer about distance and the size. And that's all, thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Nathaniel C. Mahasol, and I will be reporting the simple tool, the unit of measure. Number 1, or pick a unit. Choose the most important or easiest part of your subject. 2. Common example. If drawing a chair, choose the height of the seat as 1 unit. Number 2. Measure everything else. Ask yourself, how many of the unit fit across the width of the chair back? Maybe 2 units. How many of the unit fills along one of the chair legs? Maybe 2.5 units. The result, you create consistent ratios. If you draw the seat 3 inches tall on your paper, the back must be 6 inches wide or 2 units. Let's proceed to slide 4. Simple tool and overlap trick. Number 1. Establish perspective. Drawing a simple horizontal line where the sky meets the ground or eye level. The key, a large choose object like a baseball will appear big. Number 2. The overlap check. Object closer to you must overlap and hide part of objects that are farther away. Common example. If you are sketching a fence where the tree behind it, the fence line must be covered the trunk of the tree. That's all for my report.
So hi everyone, I'm Chrisia May A. Borden. I'm going to report about sketching simple object from observation. To sketch simple object from observation, begin by breaking the object into basic shapes like circles, ovals, and rectangles, using light constructions lines to build the structure. Continuously compare your drawing to the actual object, focusing on proportion, angles, and how edges converge. Once the basic forms are in place, you can refine details, add shading, and darken the final lines to create depth and a finished look. To explain more, let's start with a simple shape and construction line. Break it down. Identify the object main components and simplify them into basic shapes like circles, squares, and cylinders. Second, build a foundation. Use light construction lines to create a rough structure or a box that contains the object which help in figuring out proportion and placement. Next is find a reference points. Look for a clear vertical or horizontal lines on the object to use as a reference point, and then analyze the angles and relationship of other lines to it.
Second one, focus on observation and proportion. Look, don't imagine. Constantly look back and forth between the object and your paper to ensure you are drawing what you see, not what you think. Second, analyze relationships. Pay attention to the relationships between different parts. Compare heights and widths, depths and widths, and note where lines coverage or diverge. Third, use light lines. Sketching with light lines is crucial because it allows for easy adjustments and correction as you build the drawing. Good day everyone, I'm Jolo M. De La Cruz, and I'm gonna continue to report this third topic of refining and adding details. So let's start the first one, connect the shapes. Once you are confident with your initial construction, start connecting the basic shapes to form an object's outline. The second one is adding details. Begin to add smaller details and refine your lines. At this stage, you can start to darken some of the correct lines while erasing the unnecessary construction lines. The third one is consider lighting. To create a three-dimensional look, observe the light source and add shading. Remember to shade along the contours of the object and not across them. So, in Bisaya, these three kay nag-indicate kung saan mo pag-details or add details sa imong drawing by observation. So, kaning kinaunhan, kaning connect the shapes, nag-indicate siya kung saan mo drawing sa imong outline. So, to add details to your lines is pwede nimo siyang gamitan og line weight. So, to determine your line weight easily is pangitaon nimo ang imong light source and shadow, because this is crucial para mabuo nimo og tarong imong line weight. Then, and para smooth sad ang imong pagka-connect sa imong thick and light line or shadow and light line is you give it a transition. Like ang shadow line is thicker na siya, so kung padong na siya sa imong light line or sa imong light source line, kay imong kuan is thicker to light, imong transition na sa imong shadow line. So magagamay yang line padong sa light line or sa light source line. Just like kaning nasa picture. So nakabantay mo, ang backpack is, ang shadow line niya is thicker than the light source line. And look at the object drawn. Diba nag-start siya sa simple shape niya, hantod sa detailed object. And that simple shape indicates the object's outline. And so on and so forth today. Second one, they add the details, and also the third one of considered lightning. And lastly, take breaks. Step away from your drawings for a moment to get a fresh perspective, which can help you spot mistakes or areas that need adjustment. So, take breaks saga mo proceed nga para i-detail tanan na imong kuan or i-finalize imong drawing para dili sad ka mag-usab-usab or mausab na lang nimo tanan imong gidrawing kay nakay gamay nga mistakes or gamay nga kuan mistakes sa sukod or something nga sa imong lines, and so on and so forth, the details and construction lines. And that's all our reports.
Thank you for listening and watching.